This is ANN News Brief.
Al-Shabaab militant group has claimed responsibility on Sunday for the attack on a military base in Lamu, Kenya, used by American and Kenyan military teams. U.S. military's Africa Command says the situation remains tense. It also said initial reports show equipment and infrastructure were damaged. Also, one U.S. military service member and 2 contractors were killed and 2 other Americans were wounded. A cloud of black smoke was reported rising from the military base in the town of Lamu along the Kenya-Somali border. The U.S. Africa Command, AFRICOM, said some of the smoke could have been from the destruction of equipment at the base. Al-Shabaab said in a statement it had taken control of a part of the camp. It also claimed to have inflicted casualties in the attack, but Kenyan Defense Force said it fought off the attackers and killed 4 militants. Just a few days ago, Al-Shabaab fighters killed 3 persons on a passenger bus in Lamu County. French news agency AFP is reporting that Chad has withdrawn its 1,200 forces stationed across its borders with Nigeria. The country says it has ended a month-long mission of fighting Boko Haram in the neighboring country. Chad says the troops had gone to help Nigerian soldiers and had completed their mission. Military spokesman Assem Bamandra told AFP no Chadian soldiers remains in Nigeria, but he did not say whether they might be replaced. But Chad's General Chief of Staff, General Tahir Dar Tahiro, says more troops will likely be sent in if countries in the region, which have contributed to a multinational anti-jihadist force, were in agreement. Cameroon says it is battling an upsurge in Boko Haram attacks. An Amnesty International report published in December says nearly 300 persons, including more than 200 civilians, were killed there last year. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
The roadside bomb that blew up a bus in northwestern Burkina Faso is said to have killed 14 persons, including 7 children and 4 women. Burkina Faso government says 19 more persons were hurt in the Saturday blast, 3 of them seriously. The explosion took place in Saril province near the Mali border as students were returning to school after the Christmas holidays. While the government has strongly condemned the bomb attack, it describes as a cowardly and barbaric act. No group has claimed responsibility. Jihadist violence in Burkina Faso has been blamed on combatants linked to both Al-Qaeda and Islamic State groups. The army says it killed a dozen terrorists in an assault against gendarmes at Inata in the country's north on Friday. Burkina Faso, which shares borders with Mali and Niger, has been frequently attacked by jihadist fighters. Hundreds have been killed since 2015 when Islamist extremist violence began to spread across the Sahel region. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.